Today we're in Casablanca, Morocco, speaking with female millennial entrepreneur Khadija. So, where did it start?
Well, thank you first for your interest, and then I will be more than happy to share my entrepreneurial story with you. Well, it all started really at a moment I would have never thought I would be an entrepreneur. It started at a moment I was just fed up with working in corporate. Yes, that was really it. And just decided to give up, and then to take few weeks just to rethink the coming years of my life. It was in 2009. I had just had my first baby. She was just like 1 year old, and just kept thinking of what I would be doing in the next years, questioning myself. Is that really what I wanted to do? Is that really what I want to have, to go through during the remaining years of my life? I was 27 years old at that time. So I believe that few years are still in life, so I had really to enjoy them. And then, like after 4 months doing nothing or almost nothing, I just decided to go and create my first company and to go to entrepreneurship.
Wow, and so was your first company the same company you have now?
Yeah, my first company is one of the ones I still have now because I have had more babies from 2009 baby companies and also real babies. So that's it. Yeah, I do still have it. I got some few partners within that first company, but I do still have it. And I still do run it by myself.
Wow, so did having a baby inspire you to have a company and do your own thing, or was it sort of like it was in parallel? You happened to have a baby and you still wanted to do something other than corporate?
I'm not sure, but maybe, for sure, that many things happen at the same time that just can create something new. And when I just think about it, I have been told since my very, very young age that I had something special, that I had to do something special. Mm, it was just like the idea of the think of having one idea each minute. That was me. So just like many ideas along the day, and then thinking of doing many things at the same time. And it was just a pleasure for me. I could just work more than 16 hours a day. It was just fine with me, happy with that. So maybe having a baby just put me into that situation. But the thing is that I did not decide to stop working to take care of the baby. No, it has nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. I just decided to stop working for corporate because I knew that it was not what I am expected to be doing.
So it was just something that you felt intuitively, yes, that you listened to.
Yes, exactly.
And so, liking so many things, I love that you're showing that you have what sounds multi-passions.
Exactly.
Something that a lot of us women can relate to. How did you then go from having multiple interests and doing multiple things to then choosing, okay, here's what my company is going to be, here's what I'm going to become an entrepreneur, here's what I'm going to focus, and this is how it's going to work out?
Okay. Now I will just tell you one thing. When I started my first company, I knew that this is not what I will be doing for life. But I needed to start. So I just needed a beginning because I had to go into entrepreneurship. I said, well, okay, I have been working for corporate for more than 7 years and I have been doing communication marketing. So let's just start by a small company, a consultant, doing some consulting in communication and marketing. Let's start with that. And then let's think about a few other things later on. And this is exactly what I did. Just started by creating a company. At the same time, I knew and I kept just looking for very special things to do rather than just have a simple communication agent.
So your first business was just putting a flag on the ground and saying, we just need to get started,
exactly.
Let's get going.
Exactly.
And then it propagated into multiple companies, which are all communications related, correct?
Yeah, they're very complementary, although working somehow in communication, because in 2009 it was my first company, which is KMK Partners, doing just communication, but I tried later on to specialize in meeting and event management. And just like 6 months ago, I had a very strange idea compared to the Moroccan market, because I started thinking of launching a newspaper. This is not the strange idea, but the idea is that it was a newspaper, a sports newspaper, but especially a free sports newspaper. This is something that did not exist in Morocco before I did it. And my newspaper is today the first and only Arabic free sports newspaper in Morocco. Few people say that it's the only one in the Arab world, owned by a woman and managed by a woman. I'm not sure about that, but it was that was the idea. And it just, when I talked to about the idea to a few of my friends, they were just, wow, sports, free,
that's awesome.
That's that. Okay,
I've heard that before.
Okay.
Free?
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I just, okay, but we didn't know that you have a special interest into sport. I said, not really. I don't have any very special interest in sport. Said, okay, so why is sports newspaper? I said, because we don't have anyone in Morocco. That's it. I have a special idea about something that we absolutely need in terms of information, in terms of making information accessible to everybody. I don't need to have that dollar to go and have information, especially about sports. And Moroccan are very known for their very special relationship and with sports. So that was 6 months after I launched. I got into my entrepreneurship experience, and then less than 1 year later on, I had already my newspaper being issued on a weekly basis and distributed in few cities in Morocco.
Wow! Well, high five to that. Awesome. So, how did you fund this free venture?
Yeah,
because we all have these ideas, right, of how we want to help the world, and we're willing to put some of us, like me, to put our own money into it and just say, that's what it is. But speaking on the other side, how is that sustainable?
Okay, thanks. I would just say thank you to my husband, as we just had this small apartment we were living in, and we just decided to sell it and go to have a rent apartment and just use the added value that we could get on the apartment in launching this project. So this was a very personal funding of the project, so no bank loans, no partners, no business angels. It was really personal savings, we can say, and just this is how it started.
Because you really believed in it. I mean, I love, and I have to ask you, so do you believe that on the path of entrepreneurship, you do face these areas where you really have to put your money where your mouth is?
Of course. For me, entrepreneurship, yes, and when I say that, I just have some people looking at me like that, and I said that I am entrepreneur, not first of all to accomplish myself, because it's a very special feeling when you just see that you are creating many things from nothing, and this is the most, I think, delightful feeling that we could have. Yes, I would like to make money, yeah, for sure, and I'd like to have some, but this is not the first objective. When you are an entrepreneur, your first obsession is just to see things happening and to see that you are making new things and creating things from nothing. And this was my, and still is my let's say, big motivation in going on and continuing in entrepreneurship.
Sure, and it's quite different from corporate, right?
Sure, it has nothing to do with that. Of course.
I mean, I can tell you, profit number one, everything else number two in corporate, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's yeah, we want and we need to make profit because we have people working in the company, and we also need to have to do things and for things that we would like to. But the first motivation, at least for me, is the accomplishments and seeing things or making things happen.